Growing up here was very small, just being here for 42 years now, so it's a different site than it was when I was younger. My name is Engelhart. I'm 42 years old. I was born and raised here in Naples, Florida. Graduated high school in 2001 and joined the military shortly after in 2002. I had a friend, he was like, I'm gonna go to the Army recruiter's office. He's like, do you want to come with me? And I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? My parents were kind of shocked. They were surprised because I didn't even ask them for the permission. I just kind of did it on my own.
For me, absolute pride. I had the ultimate fear, obviously, because of 9/11. That was the reason why he went in, because one of his friends was going in. All I could do was keep praying.
I was in Missoula in 2006, 2007, and that's where the real fight started, when we really started getting into this shit. Our job was to clear the roads of IEDs and car bombs and stuff like that for everybody else that were coming into the city. Driving at 5 miles an hour, just trying to clear roads, we were a target for every enemy combatant out there. We would get shot every day. I've been hit with car bombs 3 times. I've been hospitalized for it. I've been hit with a grenade, shot at with an RPG. You name it, I was there. I just remember waking up, got hit with a IED, woke up on a gurney in the hospital. My commander was there. He looked at me. He's like, I called your mom. And I was like, no, don't do that. He's like, it's too late, I already called her. I was like, sir, I need to call her right now. I need to tell her I'm okay, because she's probably freaking out.
I remember when they called, they were on the phone and Angela was outside and I had to go get her. And she totally freaked out. I was calm because they already told me that he was okay. He was basically okay. It's difficult for me to recall those memories, quite honestly. Those are kind of like memories that I'd rather forget.
The biggest thing is losing people over there. I lost people on my first deployment, but it hit more when we lost our commander and his driver when they hit an IED. I think that's the first time it really hit me, is like when you're seeing them laying on a table, covered up and dead, and then having to go into their vehicle after the aftermath was more of what sent me through my depression and my anxiety with PTSD.
We went to both of his returns, and hoorah, that's all I can say. I mean, thank God, that's all I can say.
Coming back from active duty, I think it hit more with my civilian friends and family than anything else, because like I think they just want to stay away from it, you know, because they don't really fully understand it. I came home with a drinking problem. I just didn't know how to control my anger and depression and my anxiety. When military people come back, they need that adrenaline. They need that sense of release, and they don't get that when they come back. I was put in jail because going way too fast on my motorcycle, and I think that was my release from everything. So when my friends back home were like, hey, let's go do this is like, that's not what I want to do.
The mental health and addiction crisis directly affects law enforcement. As a first responder, we're often the first service on the scene of an incident, and whether it be a potential overdose or a mental health crisis, which is why we've put so much time, effort, and training in partnership with the David Lawrence Center, so that we can effectively take emergency care and refer those individuals to the resources that they need. We were very fortunate to have created a mental health bureau to respond to community needs, along with and in partnership with the David Lawrence Center and clinicians that they have provided us with. And that was a big step that had never been done in our community before. It is not done in most communities throughout the United States, and we want to expand upon that, which is exactly why the David Lawrence Center and their staff is so critically important to us, because without them, we would not be able to do the job that we're doing today to save people in Collier County.
The 6 months in David Lawrence Center, it was hard. It was hard. It was talking about the things that hurt me the most. And it made it normal. It made it a part of my life to where it was okay. So it helped me cope with them. It helped me see that those things don't define me, but just guided me. And then it just gave me tools that I needed to see every day as a joy, to see that my 8-year-old son has a dad still. Our bond, I would say, is perfect because of the therapy I received. I mean, he wouldn't have a father, without it.
Nearly 60 years ago, a simple but profound mission began here at David Lawrence Centers: to walk beside people when life feels unbearable, when hope feels distant, and when the weight of trauma feels too heavy to carry alone. For generations, this community has trusted DLC with some of life's most fragile moments, and DLC has answered that call every single time. But today, the need is deeper. Our veterans, people who protected our freedoms, who stood on the front lines for us, now need someone to stand beside them. Our first responders, the ones who run toward crisis so the rest of us don't have to, deserve real, lasting care for the invisible wounds they carry home with them. And too many families are still fighting in silence. What happens next is up to all of us, because no one who has fought for us should ever have to fight alone. Not our veterans, not our heroes, not our neighbors.